Hi family. Well, I appreciate all the feedback I got from the last video that Marley and Chloe and I did on the Two Little Pigs. You're probably wondering, what will Grandpa come up with next? Well, this time we're going to do some high culture, and we're going to do an Otto Art Gallery tour. We'll see how you like it. I'm going to give you a tour of our house by showing you the pictures on the walls. I know you've all been in our house, but you may not have looked carefully at all the pictures on the walls. This is a picture in our bedroom, and it is painted by a local artist in Michigan who sells these pictures at art fairs. And Grandma and I like it because it looks like the beach at Lake Michigan. And we love to take walks along Lake Harbor Park on the shore with our family or with Zed. And this picture reminds us of the fun times we have taking walks on the beach. Also in our bedroom is this picture of a tent, people camping on a lake at nighttime with Milky Way and thousands of stars overhead. It was painted by our daughter Laura. It reminds me of our trips to the Boundary Waters in Canada. Next, out in the hallway, we have a picture of a bird. You may recognize it as the great blue heron, probably Grandma's favorite bird, and we purchased it at the art fair in Muskegon. It's actually not a painting, it's a picture made by sewing lots of little threads of fabric to make the picture. If you look carefully at it, you can see the individual threads. Next to that is a picture of some geraniums. This reminds Grandma and I of our trip to Mackinac Island. One time I had a medical conference at Mackinac Island, and we had Grandma Otto watch our kids, and we stayed at the Grand Hotel, and just very much enjoyed our time there. The geraniums are a theme of Mackinac Island and the Grand Hotel. Now this is a painting that I picked out for my den. It shows some boys and girls fishing with their dog, and a little store there that says Otto's Landing at the top. I thought that was kind of an interesting coincidence. But it reminds me of our living on the lake and kids fishing. In fact, this is a picture I took just a few weeks ago with Chloe and Zed fishing from our dock. As you can see, Zed kind of looks just like that dog in the picture. Very excited to see what will happen. This is a photograph that was given to me by my office staff. It's taken of our house in the fall. As you can see, at that time there was a tennis court next to us, but later on another house was built there. We are so lucky to live in an area with beautiful colors on the trees in the fall. This is another picture in my den. It used to be over our fireplace in the family room, but got moved to my den because of some redecorating. This picture has a title. It's called The Family. With art, you can see what you want in pictures, but to me, I see a family of trees where everyone is together, but they're all a little different. Maybe I'm the old tree on the side that's losing all its needles. This picture is in our entryway. I had mixed feelings about this painting because it replaced my favorite picture when Grandma did some redecorating. I'm going to have Grandma explain why she...
When we redecorated, I wanted a picture with some different colors in it, and we actually asked this artist to paint this picture and to have it look like Mona Lake, like the area where we live. And so that is what this picture is.
Well, there you have it. Next is a picture in our basement. This is a photograph of a town in Germany called Heidelberg, where I was on my mission for 6 months. It has an historic castle overlooking the river. Not only is it a beautiful city, but seeing it reminds me of the 2 years I spent on my mission. This is a display in our basement showing each family member and their families. It's a little embarrassing because it's out of date. So if you don't see yourself in this picture, please send Grandma and I an updated family picture of your family. Or tell your parents to. Thank you. I like pictures of lighthouses. Of course they guide ships, but they can also be symbolic. To me, they also can symbolize that if we follow the light of Christ, we can be guided safely back to our Heavenly Father. Does anyone recognize this picture? It's a picture our daughter Laura painted again of our house here in Muskegon. You probably noticed many pictures of our family. This is one of our favorites taken in our backyard. This is in our living room. This is a scroll that was given to us by Liz's parents when Liz and Tyler got married. I don't read Chinese, but it appears to show someone learning about the gospel, being baptized, being confirmed, and going to the temple and being sealed, and eventually going to live with their Heavenly Father. This is a wood burning and a mirror in our basement that reminds me of our going to the cottage at Grandma's and Grandpa's and all the fun things that we used to do there and still do there. This is in our kitchen. It's a three-dimensional map of Michigan and Lake Michigan around it. Michigan has been our home for almost all our lives. This is a wooden etching made with a laser, I think, given to us by Liz and Tyler. Shows the temple that we were married in Washington, D.C. and the date of our marriage. It's in our kitchen. This is a painting of the Washington, D.C. temple in our living room. When I look at these pictures of the temple, it reminds me of the promises I made to Grandma when we were married and the promises of eternal families. This picture is in our upstairs hallway. I have no idea why it's there, so I'm going to have Grandma explain.
I'm laughing at this because it has no significant meaning. I was looking for a picture to put there and bought it at a resale shop. I thought it was pretty.
This is my very favorite picture in the whole house. I got it when Nathan was in first grade and he had a teacher named Mrs. Samick. Mrs. Samick had the kids bring in monarch caterpillars that they found and they raised them to butterflies in their class. Nathan loved first grade and I can still remember his delight as he would come home and tell me about the butterflies. The expression on this girl's face reminds me of Nathan and his love as he learned about nature. I picked this picture out for our main entryway and it hung there for many years, but when we redecorated and changed colors, the colors did not match and it got placed in one of the bedrooms. Well, this year, because I knew we had some grandchildren coming, I thought it would be fun to experience the same thing that we had in the past, and we decided to raise some monarch caterpillars. I did not find any in our local neighborhood, so I ordered some in the mail, and they came in a package with a milkweed plant so they could eat the plant while they were on the way in the mail. We bought a little net house for them, and we had to get a fresh milkweed plant every day for them. There were about 11 to 12 caterpillars, and they were very hungry. These pictures show the caterpillars on the milkweed plants. You can see they were all over everything. They loved eating milkweed, and they devoured about a plant a day. They also pooped a lot, so I had to constantly clean out their cage to clean up the poop. You can see that monarch caterpillars are very distinctive with yellow, black, and white stripes. I think this is because the milkweed is either poisonous or tastes very bad to birds, and the distinctive coloring makes the birds recognize them and stay away and prevent them from being eaten. Not poisonous to the caterpillars though, they eat it all the time. I got a little close-up of this caterpillar eating some milkweed, and look at that. He looks like he's eating corn on the cob. He just goes one row right after another. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Chomp, chomp, chomp. He never stops. Actually, they do stop once in a while because they shed their skin as they're getting bigger, so they can keep getting bigger and bigger, and it takes them a little while to shed their skin. You can see there's another picture of one eating the milkweed leaf. They just go at it all day long. Have you ever read the book, The Hungry Caterpillar? This is exactly what these guys do, except they don't eat any pie or apples. They just eat milkweed leaves the whole time, and they keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Here's a picture later in the day after the caterpillars have been eating the milkweed all day long. You can see there's just lots of poop all over the ground and a lot of holes in the leaves where the caterpillars are eating them. After the caterpillars got bigger, they crawled up to the top of the cage and then hung upside down by a little thread. And they just hung there for a day or so. And then they started shaking a little bit, and they started the process of making their chrysalis, it's called, where they're going to turn into a butterfly. I was lucky enough to get a picture of this happening. You can see the caterpillar's been hanging there for a while, and then the caterpillar starts to split open, and this green glob starts coming from inside the caterpillar. And the skin of the caterpillar just kind of splits in two. Can you imagine that? If there was some other kind of organism inside you and your skin just split and something else just came out? Well, that's what's happening. The caterpillar kind of splits in two, and this green glob, I think it's kind of soft at first, it's called a chrysalis, and it slowly forms. And then it kind of, you can see he's kind of wiggling and making his skin just kind of go up to the top there. And then eventually he's going to wiggle and wiggle some more and make that skin just kind of fall off. And then we'll watch that for a minute. And then all that is left is the green thing, which is called a chrysalis. And the chrysalis changes shape, and at first it's soft, but then later becomes a very hard shell. And the caterpillar stays inside that hard shell and is protected from the elements like that for 10 to 14 days. And inside, what used to be the caterpillar is becoming a butterfly. You can see this chrysalis is still changing shape. It was kind of long and skinny at first, and now it's becoming shorter, and then it finally is going to get closer to its final shape, where it's bigger at the top and and pointier at the bottom. So this chrysalis is getting closer and closer to its final shape. When it's all done, it looks very pretty with little gold spots on it, and it's green. Here's a picture of one chrysalis already formed and two other caterpillars getting ready to make them. Here's a picture of our house after most of the caterpillars have formed chrysalis. Some are hanging from the milkweed stems and underneath the leaves, and some are hanging from the root. Now, it takes 10 to 14 days for chrysalis to become butterflies, and Grandma and Grandpa were leaving on vacation. So we entrusted the chrysalis to some helpful family members. They've been in Sydney's family, some to Eric and Lauren's family, and some to Keith and Brooklyn. This is a picture of a chrysalis after it's been hanging for probably at least a week, and you can see that it's becoming transparent, and through the chrysalis you can see the wings of the butterfly start to be visible. This is a picture that Keith and Brooklyn took of the butterfly when it first came out. And I'm going to show you some pictures of Keith and Brooklyn releasing their butterfly, then in Sydney and Eric and Lauren. Looks like Keith has taken out the butterfly on the milkweed stem that's lost all its leaves. And they live in an apartment on the second floor, so he's going up and down to release this butterfly out in the wild. These butterflies, if you read about them, they fly around during the summer, but in the fall they fly to Mexico. Can you believe that? From Michigan to Mexico, where they overwinter in Mexico. It's a fascinating.
That seems a little
wet still.
Sometimes it takes them a little while to get their wings ready to fly. There's sound in these other pictures, so I'm not going to talk and just let you listen.
Should I let that?
Daddy.
Oh, it doesn't want to let go of the stick, so I'm not going to pull it.
So you could break its wings.
Oh, do you want to try? See if it will climb under your hand.
Put
your little finger right in front of Daddy's.
I just touched its wing.
Disappear, yeah. Andy's off.
I miss
Alright,
you.
should we try the other one?
Already.
Let's see if he'll climb on the stick.
Put it on me.
Look there. You
Can I
can
put it?
You can hold it. There's Sparky.
Here's Pokey.
He's beautiful, Mo. Look at him, Graham. Look at his black lines on his beautiful wings. What do you guys think?
Good.
There he goes! Bye! Okay, let's do this. Let's just take out this.
Do this guy.
Oh, come here, buddy. Come on. This one.
Bye, let me hold him.
We're gonna have Graham hold this one. We're gonna have Graham hold this one. Let him fly a little bit. He's got to figure out that he's outside. Oh, Graham, butterfly or birdie is beautiful. He's gonna climb on your leg. Don't move. Don't move. Oh, he likes you, Graham. He's saying thank you.
He doesn't really taste me.
He does. He likes you, Graham. He's just checking Graham out. Don't move. Don't move. Be gentle.
But why didn't he not touch me?
Really
He can't hurt you, so don't worry.
Why didn't he touch me?
Graham?
Yeah, it didn't
Look
take
at me,
me.
Graham, there. There you go. Oh!
That was so cool. I've never had a butterfly on
I
me.
know. Look at that. Mama's trying to be his BFF. No, not your hands. Not your hands. You can put one finger on there. See if you can get him on your finger. Get it right under his feet.
That was like spiking me.
There you go, Mom.
Go, Mama.
Yay! Oh, don't leave him.
don't.
Leave him.
He's just still trying to figure out how to fly, buddy.
Well, I gave him a long time, but maybe he wasn't ready. Should we put him back in?
No, I think
Her name is Izzy.
Izzy.
Uh-huh. Put it up.
Well, he'll go when he's ready. So you could offer him some Gatorade.
Let's get some Gatorade. I wonder how it eats.
See if it wants to
You would just like drink it.
Daddy.
Let's slurp it up through its little
Daddy. Daddy.
Yeah?
Butterflies have little lines on their mouth that suck up pollen and then Gatorade.
Yeah. Let's
I've
see
never seen
see if he wants the Gatorade. He's thinking about it.
He has little two little fingers that clip on the fingers.
Mm-hmm.
You're right, Marley. Ah.
Give him a place to put his feet. He's looking for a place to put his feet. There he goes.
Is he ready for takeoff? Ready, set, go.
He's looking for like a perch. And now he's at the highest point on your hand.
Oh, mommy!
It was on me.
Mommy.
Well, I enjoyed watching that video. That's the end. Thanks for being patient. It was a long video, but I hope you enjoyed it.